Spinning Goes. It's a Spinning Bros podcast.
Never done this. We're actually going to just have a topic of discussion now, guys. So the topic of discussion today is live spin and goes. So two things happened quite recently that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to get your guys' feedback as well. Number one, we had the Spin and Go Championship in Paris, which I attended and played. I have attended every single Spin and Go Championship, in fact, so I do have some experience with live Spin and Goes. I believe this is the fourth time that we've done a Spin and Go Championship. This is the third time that we've broadcast, or maybe it's 3 and 2. I can't remember exactly. Also, I wanted to discuss live Spin and Goes on demand, which is something that we have at every EPT now, and also we have them at we had them at the Irish Open, which I just returned from. So, general topic of discussion, guys. I think that live Spin and Goes are good for Spin and Go, and I know that behind the scenes, the opportunity to play, to go and attend an event like that has actually increased the number of players who are joining Spin and Goes for the first time and also playing Spin and Goes more consistently. So it does seem to have a positive impact on the actual sort of pool itself as well. But, you know, how do you guys feel about live Spin and Goes? Like, when you heard that there was going to be a Spin and Go Championship or a Spin and Go on demand, what were your thoughts about it? And let's start there. Beldarion, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know much about them, so maybe you could tell us a little bit more, because I'm quite curious. I saw your live stream in Paris. I saw you playing, and I saw a couple of bad beats you got.
Yeah.
And it was super fun to watch, because there was the commentator that he was coming, and then you are spinning the wheel, because it was like you get the prize after you won it, right? And then you spin the wheel how much you won it or something.
Yeah,
like that, right?
yeah. So
it was, yeah.
I'm probably going to butcher this, but yeah, just let me give you a quick explainer of how the Spin and Go Championship works. So in order to play the Spin and Go Championship live, you would have to qualify by playing Spin and Goes. So it's changed a little bit, but the last iteration of the qualification process was you play Spin and Goes at any stake. And if it's, I think it had to be above $1. I mean, I can't remember exactly, but you play Spin and Goes at any stake, and every single time that you played a Spin and Go, there would be the spinner that would be for the prize money. And then there would be a little value underneath, and the values were randomized. So you could get a really big number that would contribute to your overall leaderboard going much higher, or you could get a small one. So what they wanted to do is give casual players the opportunity to still qualify for leaderboard. It wasn't just strictly, you know, straight grinders. So if you played Spin and Goes regularly, you would contribute to your overall total. Even if you were playing low stakes or you weren't somebody that was playing loads of volume, over the course of the day, you could get significant points that could put you in competition with other players to qualify. If you made it into the top 1,000 or something like that on the leaderboard, you played a free roll. If you won the free roll or you cashed in the free roll, you would get a chance to go to Paris and take part. If you were the absolute tippy top of the leaderboard, you would have instant packages. I think it was like the top 2 or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But basically, in order to go and play, you had to qualify online. Once you got there, there were various rounds. It was basically like a shootout. You had to sort of win your table. And the way it worked was the first player to win 4 in the first round would go through this. The second round was the same. However, if you won a Spin and Go, you would pull an envelope from the table, and it would either say spin or no spin. And depending on the round, it was slightly different. But if you pulled spin, you got a chance to spin the big wheel, and you would have a chance to win big prizes, you know, from the spinnings, we were calling them, right? And, you know, that was kind of the concept. Now, I personally had a different idea about how this would work, and I wanted there to be way more spinning, right? So the production team, not just the production team actually, but also the people who are involved with Spin and Goes, they wanted big spins. They wanted big winning moments. And in order to have big wins, there has to be fewer spins, right? You know, because we're trying to concentrate part of that prize pool into larger winnings. Now, my idea was you play that format, as in you're trying to get to 4 wins first. But if you win a game at any point, you spin the wheel for a smaller value. And if you can imagine, the first round was 81 players. That was the total number of players. Imagine 81 players playing Spin and Goes all in one big room, and they're spinning. The wheel is spinning, the wheel is spinning, the wheel is spinning. And we're keeping track of this. And we've got like a giant board with people's accumulated totals. So rather than it being like, okay, we're waiting. Oh, it's time for a big spin. And we do, one guy wins 10K. You've got 81 people going, I won 300 euros. I won 400 euros. I won 500 euros. And it just keeps stacking up. And all the bars up on the main screen are like, you know, I thought that would be chaos and like super fun. And, you know, having a giant actual spinning wheel, like going constantly. they decided against that in the end, but that was kind of the main idea behind it. So now that you know about it, what do you think about it, Beldarion?
Yeah, I would have loved to be there as well and play some live spin and goes. I think it was very fun to watch for sure, and it's something else, right? So I think, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, like how were the numbers? Like, did people enjoy the streams?
They did, and I think this was probably the most successful of our streams where we've put it out. The other issue that we had the last time we did it in Barcelona was that it was happening at the same time as the main event. So we basically had like two streams sort of fighting each other, which is kind of a weird, it was a bit of a weird choice for me. I obviously, I think that it was just to do with the timings of how things actually panned out. So it definitely performed better. A lot of people arriving and just being super confused because they either don't know what spin and goes are, or they've already dismissed spin and goes as like a no skill game. But I think it was something different. And I do think that in order to make it more successful in the future, I think it needs to be more game show and, you know, like not as focused on the actual spinning goes. I mean, the spinning goes will always be the main event, obviously, but I think more spinning and more like game show gamble mechanics, I think was what was required, because I think that's what would have made it a little bit more like, I'm watching something crazy right now. This is just pure chaos. This is just people spinning. You know, I think the idea of spinning goes are, you know, conceptually, we want people to be like, yeah, I'm logging in and I could win $1 million, like, you know, if in one spin. You know, the idea of there being lots of wins, I think, was better than there being big wins. And I mean, towards the end, I mean, people were winning, like first place was like 100K, or I can't remember what the number was after all the spins that they did. So it was like tons of money up top. So it's not like we're lacking a big win moment. I just think that we probably could have had more spins in the middle. Sido, what do you think, buddy?
Yeah, I think it's like your idea was like way better. Maybe you can optimize it by adding like what we are having like in the real spins,
Right.
that you are having more 2x 3x, but like adding just, instead of like picking an envelope that is like in the scenes that no one sees and like doesn't any show, you just add like empty slots in the wheel, and then like you can either hit like a small prize, nothing, or something big.
Yeah.
And like you said, it keeps the action going, and it keeps the wheel going all
Yeah.
the time. I think
Yeah. I mean,
might be cool.
yeah, that was exactly my thought. And I mean, I don't even want to tell you how long I spent like simulating, like, you know, worst case, like I say worst case, if there's a certain budget that we were trying to hit, like give or take like 10 grand or like 20 grand or whatever it was, I ran so many simulations with different segments of different values to be like, okay, this is like the least amount that people could spin for if they spun for every single win, for example. And then if we had like one jackpot slice that was like 20 grand or something, but it was like, you know, really small, what would that look like? And like, what's the worst case outcome if we included that? Or maybe we just have one jackpot slice, and when it goes, you take it out completely, and that there's only one of those in the entire pack, or, you know, something like that. I ran so many simulations, and I was trying to say, I can guarantee you guys, there is a less than 1% chance that you'll end up paying out like 100 grand more than you planned, basically. But, you know, I think in the future, maybe we will experiment with that more, you know, whether or not it's something that we're going to do again in the near future. I honestly don't know, sincerely, but I do think that in general, live spinning goes do have a sort of place. So the Spin and Go Championship, I think, is quite special, but the Spin and Go live thing, I think, also has a lot of potential. So I just came back from the Irish Open, and at previous EPTs as well, we did the same. After 8 p.m. or whatever it is, they just have these really cute little Spin and Go tables just for 3 players. The dealer's like really bunched in the middle, like, you know, dealing the cards, and people can just play a Spin and Go live. And I have 2 things to say about this. Number one, I think that if you're going to do this, I think the structure needs to be slightly better. I just think that when we're playing live, the dealer has to shuffle. People are going to take more time. You know, it's a little bit more chill. I think that just having a more traditional 25 big blind game is just a bit more fun for the people that are playing, especially because you're not feeling so rushed to play the game so much faster if we have the timer for 2 minutes or 1 minute or whatever we're doing. But also, I think that I really like the idea of opening a bar somewhere and literally just having spin and goes running all the time, because I feel like it's in the same way that people log in to play Spin and Goes online, they go, I've only got like 10 minutes to spare. I just want to play something quick. I just want to do something casual, right? It's like a little bit of poker, gets your poker brain going. It's very exciting. You know, it's fast paced. I can imagine just like a very, very low stakes Spin and Go table or two in a bar somewhere. And that's the whole gimmick of the bar. Like you come in and you play like $5 Spin and Goes. And, you know, I don't know if that's viable if you have a dealer. I think probably paying dealers makes this very unprofitable. But like, do you guys know where I'm going with this? Like saying we have a cash game going in the back. I think that comes with a lot of complication. But a really simplified poker tournament like a Spin and Go, I think has potential to just be like, you guys go have fun. Like here's the deck. I mean, maybe it's self dealt. I don't know how it works, but maybe it's hands per level and it's self dealt so that there's not such a rush and just 3 friends can go and sit down and play for $5 or whatever.
Yeah, you can do it like with just iPads or wherever, like.
True.
And then like they are connected with each other.
Yeah.
And like you start the game, but like you are live and playing against each other.
Isolation booths. I mean, I would think it'd be so cool. Giant isolation booths, and then on the outside, spectators can just drink their beer and watch and be like, "What a fish!" Absolutely, I can't believe he didn't call there. That's terrible. That would be so fun, right?
Imagine that. Like, so it's just it's in 3 of you, like we each with a beer, and then like playing. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, cool.
You take the headphones off and you open the door, and the whole bar is laughing at you. They're like, "What are you doing? You're terrible." I think that would be super cool.
I think the main point of these live things is to get more people playing them online, right? Because I mean, let's be real, like as a professional, it probably won't make much sense to play one table live Spin and Go when you can play 8 tables and like it's way more profitable to play them. But like in the evening, just in the evening, when we were at the Winamax live event, for example, right? So then you're just playing some turbos or something, right? Just sitting, enjoying yourself. And that's the same for the live things, right? So you sit down, you play 1-2 spins, have a drink or two, and stuff, and then people think, oh wow, that's a fun game. So let's maybe try it out online as well.
In Bratislava, we had the same thing, like in the Winamax, because like this is not my idea, like the tablet, like they had this thing, and like it was like more heads up, right? So it was not so you have just 2 tablets that are connected with each other, and there were like all because like it was a VIP party like reserved for the Red Diamond, and like everyone that are professional, but everyone want to play, right? So you play either against each other or like you play against the Winamax staff and stuff, and like it was a lot of fun. So, and then like if someone is like going out or whatever, like it's changing, and you see people like love this, like they want to play.
I mean, and like, you know, just even thinking back to the Irish Open a couple weeks ago, so there was a section with maybe 4 or 5 3-handed tables, the Spin and Go tables that they had special, right? And after 8 p.m. until like late, it was like there was a line. People were like lined up to play. It was like. And again, I just think it was something that's a bit different. I also know lots of people who attend events like Irish Open or EPT, and they go, I'm a tournament player. Look, I'm a tournament player. I hate cash. I never play cash. That's not my thing. So to have something that is as accessible as a cash game, that is still a tournament, that they still feel like, oh, you know, how hard can it be? I'm gonna go play spins. I think that does offer a sort of in between of I only want to play for another 2 hours or something. I'll just play a bunch of Spin and Goes and I'll go home, and I won't get locked into a cash game that I don't want to play. And I can still maintain my MTT status, you know, my MTT expert status, you know. But yeah, I think
what was the buy-in? What was the buy-in of the?
I think it was either it was 50 or 100. I think maybe you could pick between the two.
Okay.
The one thing I would say as well, if any PokerStar staff are watching out there, we need an actual spinner. We cannot be doing the screen flash thing. No, we need a.
And people should do it themselves.
Yeah.
And then like they can try to hit something. It has to like go round one time and then like something like that. So people can even try.
If it doesn't go around one time, everyone's just canceled. Sorry, we're keeping the money. Like that's it. Like no buy-ins. But no, I think you're right. I think the idea is to get more people playing it and seeing that it can just be fun. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to be a super grinder to enjoy it, but also, you know, getting people into it who might actually end up playing it very frequently as well, you know, kind of underrepresented as we've discussed before. So with that in mind, guys, do you think we should move on to the next section?
Yeah. Let's
All
go.
right.
Let's go.
Nice one. If you guys have any thoughts about live spinning goes, by the way, please get them in the comments below. We'd love to discuss it further. And I really think that there's an opportunity for it to be even bigger and even more exciting. I would love to do another spinning go championship. For example, I was very unlucky not to go into some of the final rounds there.
Just last question, like the spinning golf championship, like it wasn't open for people in there to register, like just the ones
Correct.
that
It was
made
only
online,
qualifiers.
right?
But the number of people at these events who have gone, how can I get into this? Like, I want to buy in. And they're like, you can't
Yeah,
buy
exactly.
in.
Like
I honestly think that in future there's an opportunity to do a normal event buy-in straight, like on the day kind of thing, and obviously just have a cap because it's three-handed. It has to be, you have to have the right number of people. So 81 was what we started with or whatever to get down to 3 at the very end. But you could double that. I think at ETC Paris we could have easily done that. A lot of dealers
for that, right?
Yeah, that's expensive. That's true. That's